Good morning, beautiful people, and Kamala Harris, of course. Welcome to J-Tech Studios, baby. Today we're going to get into some strange or odd endorsements for President Donald J. Trump. And then at the very end, we have a special endorsement, a secret surprise endorsement for Kamala, the cackling hyena Harris. So, endorsement number one, video. Without further ado, we bring to you the beautiful Tulsi Gabbard. Let's go.
Brink of nuclear war than we ever have been before. This is one of the main reasons why I'm committed to doing all that I can to send President Trump back to the White House where he can once again serve us as our commander-in-chief.
Is it strange that I find her more attractive now?
No.
Because I am confident that his first task will be to do the work to walk us back from the brink of war.
Yes.
We cannot be prosperous unless we are at peace. And we can't live free as long as we have a government that is retaliating against its brink of nuclear war than we ever have been before.
That's weird.
This is one of the main reasons why I'm committed to doing all that I can to send President Trump back to the White House where he can once again serve us as our commander-in-chief.
Looks like it skipped backwards.
Is it on a loop?
No. Well,
I mean, she's endorsed Trump twice in this speech.
Because I am confident
maybe it's a little
that
quicker
his
loop
first
than I
task
thought.
will be to do the work to walk us back from the brink of war.
Nuclear war
We
at
cannot
that.
be prosperous unless we are.
Why don't you pause? So, you know, what's so odd, I guess, about Tulsi Gabbard, first of all, is that she was a Democrat. She came from the Democratic Party. That was her setting. That's who she was. The party went so far to the left, so far progressive, that the Democratic Party, the way it used to be, is unrecognizable now by your typical, or not typical, but yeah, by your typical Democratic people that once were. I mean, taking the party so far to the left where you have young white liberal women in the streets, gay or straight, screaming they support Hamas, you know, they support a terrorist organization, is absolutely insane. And that's not the only thing. There's so many things that this party is doing that is so far from the norm of how the party used to operate back in the day. So, you know, give an applause to Tulsi Gabbard for coming to the light, to the right side, you know. And who knows, maybe one day the Republican Party is going to do something crazy, and we may have to, you know, give a few spankings out to them. But I applaud her for coming out. That's not an easy thing to do, to leave your party that you are with probably her entire life. Not to mention, she is a veteran at that. We salute you. We thank you for your service. But to, you know, John, just to break away from something you've been a part of for so long, you know, and to stand out against, you know, the horrible things that are going on that side of the aisle, you've got to give her big props for that. Now, the next person that we have in line, go back to full screen, my friend. Let's see who we've got. We've got RFK Jr. And the reason this one's odd too is because, again, he is a Democrat as well, or more center-dialed possibly. But for him to come out, I did not think he was going to endorse Trump. Did you think so?
I was really uncertain on it. I mean, I do like his politics, and I would vote for RFK before I voted for Biden or Kamala.
If Trump wasn't running, and if it was Biden, Kamala, or RFK, the vote goes to RFK without a doubt. And you know what RFK's kind of slogan is make America healthy again. Trump's slogan right now and has always been MAGA, make America great again. RFK slogan is "Make America Healthy Again," and I think that's great, man. And so now they've come together. Trump wants them to be a part of his cabinet, wants them to play a pivotal role in what happens in his 4 years in office. RFK went to the Harris administration or the Harris campaign and said, hey, I'd like to sit down and have talks with y'all, just to see what I can do to help, if y'all win presidency. They completely rejected him. He did the same, obviously, with the Trump campaign. You want to go to both campaigns and let them know, hey, if you win, I'd like to be a part of it. I'd like to lend my hand, be of assistance any way I can. It's completely BS that Kamala Harris campaign completely denied having any kind of talks with them whatsoever. Who does that? Who does not want to talk? Yeah, who does not want to talk to somebody as influential and somebody who has as many supporters as RFK has? But the Trump campaign took him in with open arms, listened to him, just like Trump listens to the Gold Star family members when the Biden administration doesn't, when the Kamala campaign won't. And everybody calls him an evil man, calls Trump an evil man. I think that's crazy as hell, man. So without further ado, we bring to you RFK. Let's play the video. Yeah.
I started that process and urged voters not to vote for me. It's with a sense of victory and not defeat that I'm suspending my campaign activities. Not only did we do the impossible by collecting 1 million signatures, we changed the national political conversation forever. Chronic disease, free speech, government corruption, breaking our addiction to war have moved to the center of politics. I can say to all who have worked so hard the last year and a half, thank you for a job well done. 3 great causes drove me to enter this race in the first place, primarily. And these are the principal causes that persuaded me to leave the Democratic Party and run as an independent, and now to throw my support to President Trump. The causes were free speech,
Yes.
war in Ukraine, and the war on our children. I've already described some of my personal experiences and struggles with the government's censorship industrial complex. I want to say a word about the Ukraine war. The military industrial complex has provided.
All right, go back. Yeah. It takes a big man to understand defeat. And when I say defeat, he was in the circuit for the presidential race. He was a major candidate with major followers. This man was doing this, got denied Secret Service detail when he should have been afforded it. A very influential person. And, I consider him a great man. You have to admit defeat, and he did, and he knew he wasn't going to win. He weighed the decision on both sides. Do I want to support Harris or Trump? He went with Trump for very obvious reasons. Like he said, free speech, the end of the Ukraine war, which I believe Trump's going to do all these things. I mean, free speech is going to reign freely with Trump in office. With Kamala in office, it's going to go down the shitter. Excuse my language. But big props to RFK Jr. for backing Trump and for bowing out of the race. And he's a good man, and he's going to contribute heavily to Trump's campaign for sure.
He is an American hero.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. He understood the way if he had stayed in, he would have split the vote, causing Harris to end up winning.
Maybe, potentially, definitely putting the race at jeopardy without a doubt. Now, the next one we've got here, I just happened to come across it a few minutes ago before we started this video. I wanted to include it. I found it baller. I found it awesome. This is Amish for Trump. Let's get to it.
We ain't the same on the game. Hey, Donald Trump is your president, if you like it or not. Keep the energy you had with Barack, cause you know this Trump train don't stop. Tell
dude, how cool is that, man? How cool is that, y'all? That's what's up, man. That's Amish for Trump. It's got to be Amish for Trump, right?
Gotta be.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
It looks like Amish wagons.
I mean, without a doubt, dude. I mean,
they didn't even stop at the gas station.
I mean, I never thought about how Amish people would even stop. I think I just got that, man. That's good. I've never thought about how Amish people feel, you know, and who they would vote for and what they stand for. And I just feel like it's obvious they would vote for Trump. It seems like the obvious thing. I mean, I can't see an Amish person voting for Kamala Harris or the Democratic Party.
I can't see Christians actually voting for. I mean, it's just
the next one, guys. The next one's a big one. So we talked about. Go and bring up the screen. We talked about Tampon Tim, right? We talked about how Tim's got all these crazy ideas, crazy viewpoints. Now, apparently a lot of Tampon Tim, which is the VP pick for Kamala Harris, Tim Walz, his family, and this is a bunch of his family on screen right here, not only just his family, but one of these individuals, who I won't call out, is also his brother. Now, his family, like it looks like a bulk of his family, are all in support of Trump, and they debuted with these shirts that say, what does that say? Waltz for Trump. Waltzes for Trump. So his brother, Tim Walz's brother, had come out recently and said that I am seriously debating on going on stage with President Trump one day to talk about my brother. Now, there's a debate whether he should throw Tim Walz and the family's dirty laundry out into the American public like that. Some people say, no, you shouldn't. You should keep that between family.
Let me ask you this. Is it actually the family's dirty laundry, or is it Timmy's dirty laundry?
It's Timmy's, but because he's part of the family.
The family has not even spoken to the man in like 10 years.
Well, and there's reasons why.
There's got to be reasons why.
His brother says that Tim has a very strange, we'll just put it as a very weird, strange way of thinking that apparently turned his entire family off for voting for family, while this man is trying to run for the second highest position in the world, in this country and in the world, VP of the United States of America, which is insane. So this is my take on it. I don't believe in throwing family under the bus. I really don't. I don't think anybody should do it. Now, with that being said, when you are one of the primary leaders of the United States of America, which is also a primary leader of the entire world at large, then you have a right, if you know something about your brother that could be so debilitating to the American people or the people of the world, I feel like you have a right at that point. You have a duty at that point to expose him for what he is, because we're not just talking about one brother or one family. We're talking about the policy choices that Tim Walz makes if he becomes VP with Kamala Harris as president. Could be a catastrophe for us all. So we're going to listen here real quick as Hannity does this. He's doing a town hall. It's a quick clip, less than a minute, of Hannity talking to Trump. This was supposed to be the first debate with Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris chickened out, backed out, wouldn't do the debate, so they went ahead and set up a town hall with Hannity, with Trump. Kamala Harris, she has to have, if she's going to do a debate, it has to be on her terms, just like Joe Biden, the president, Sleepy Joe, her terms, everything specifically catered and tailored to her. I hear even for the debate she is doing with, I think, ABC, I hear that they've already given her the questions and she's already got the answers, which is complete crap. But this was supposed to be the debate, so they turned it into a town hall because she chickened out. Let's hear what they got to say.
In my view, is early voting is about to start, and I don't know how many Americans are truly familiar with her positions of decriminalizing illegal immigration and free housing, health care, education. Tim Walz wants free college education, legal driver's licenses.
I was so honored today.
And she wants a path to citizenship.
His brother endorsed me.
I saw that.
Tim Walz's brother and family.
And honestly, it was a very nice looking family. But his brother endorsed me, and the whole family endorsed me. I said, who are all the people?
Let me play Kamala.
There's something weird with that guy. He's a weird guy. JD is not weird. He's a solid rock. I happen to be a very solid rock. We're not weird. We're other things, perhaps, but we're not weird.
I mean, the Democrats and the mainstream media mainly keep saying how weird JD is, how weird JD Vance is, JD Vance being Trump's running mate, the VP for Trump. Weird. He's just weird. He's just weird. Weird. You hear it everywhere now. Weird. They're weird. He's weird. Weird. That's weird. This is weird. I mean, there's nothing weird about JD. There's nothing weird about Donald Trump. There's a lot of things weird about Tampon Tim, who wants to put tampons in all these restrooms for little boys. That's strange as hell. And all the other things he's doing as well. Weird, right, John?
Well, when Trump first announced JD as his VP, I really wasn't too sure about it. And, the more speeches I hear the man speak, he is a very good speaker. I really enjoy some of his speeches. And I'd really like to see Tampon Timmy and JD Weirdo Vance go at it in debate and see who's really weird.
It'd be a good debate. I would love to see that debate, man. Oh, that'd be such a great debate. The last clip we've got is going to be the support for the strangest support that I've found yet for Kamala Harris.
Endorsement, yes.
And endorsement for Kamala Harris. And it's none other than President Putin from Russia. This is a real video. It is in Russian. I will go ahead and translate it real quick. It is not that long, roughly about a minute and 20 seconds long. So let's go ahead and get at it. But this is Putin talks about 2024 presidential election in the United States of America. Let's see what Putin has to say. As for the favorites, there's no need to define that it's a choice by the people of America in the end. I've said that are to say favorite. Sorry, there's probably a mixed translation in the Russian. Let's go. Was the acting president, Mr. Biden. So he's saying his favorite was the acting president, Joe Biden. He's been taken out the race, but he advised all his supporters to support Ms. Harris. That's what we'll do. We'll support her as well. That's the first thing. Secondly, so she says it must be done. Her laugh is so expressive and infectious. That means that she's doing well. And it says Putin supported President Joe Biden in 2020, saying he preferred the more old school politician, and then he quickly continues with one little snippet left. Trump has imposed so many restrictions and sanctions against Russia. No president before him. Hang on. many restrictions and sanctions against Russia. No president before him imposed so many. If Harris is doing so well, then maybe she will refrain from such sanctions of this kind. In the end, it's a choice for the American people to make, and we'll respect that choice. So oddly enough, this is Putin basically saying that when Trump was in office, he imposed so many sanctions against Russia that it made it very difficult for Russia to operate, to conduct business, country business. Trump, just like he did with many other countries, he imposed these sanctions that in return were in favor for the United States. It helped the United States grow as a country. And he's saying basically Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, he likes them. Why? Because they do not impose these sanctions. The Russia collusion hoax that we've heard about, and now they've started it up again. They're starting to talk about another Russia collusion hoax, and that's odd that there's this video coming out now where Putin is supporting Kamala Harris. So which is it? Is Putin really trying to cheat on Donald Trump's behalf, or is Putin really wanting Kamala Harris to take over power because she's weak, just like Joe was frail, and he knows that he can walk all over her like a damn doormat, which he will if she gets in office. She does not stand a chance against any of our adversaries. Our enemies will walk all over America just like they've been walking all over America for the past 4 years. So, I find it very odd, this whole Trump collusion with Russia BS.
Just remember, America, if you're tired of the last 3.5 years, who gave you that 3.5 years we've been living?
That's damn right. And if you were doing better 4 years ago when Trump was in office, then now you know you need to cast your vote for Trump.
Joe Biden's been sitting on a beach for the last 3 weeks.
He hasn't done a damn thing.
Hadn't done a damn thing. So who is in charge of the country right now?
Nobody knows. That's the question. Nobody
The vice president
knows.
is in charge of the country right now.
I don't even believe she is, dude.
She has been in charge of the country since she's been lying to us about how competent Joe was before the debate.
I mean, being second in charge, technically she should be, but somebody's pulling her strings as well. There's a puppet somewhere. There's a puppet master somewhere, and they're just nothing but puppets, man.
The only
she
reason
can't control nothing.
The only reason Joe Biden has not been pronounced incompetent, that he can't lead us out the rest of the year, is because they don't want the Speaker of the House in the BP position.
And there you have it. That's Tulsi Gabbard from the Democratic Party, RFK from the Democratic Party. You've got the Amish people. You've got Tim Walz family. You also have the I wish we had that video. The Gold Star families from, sorry about that, the Gold Star families who lost their 13 children in the horrible withdrawal from Afghanistan. You know, they're pumping out all this propaganda about the sacred Arlington ceremony and how Trump used it as a photo op to take pictures with the Gold Star family. Now, all the family members have come out and spoken out against it and said, we wanted him there. We wanted to take photos with them. It was
They were
actually,
at the DNC.
It was
not
actually,
the DNC, the RNC.
RNC.
Excuse me. They were at the RNC when all the names were presented to.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I'm
also,
quite sure they wanted him there.
Trump also got approval because at the Arlington cemetery where they're buried at, you're not supposed to take certain type photos, right? But it was completely approved by the cemetery. and it was upon the wishes of the Gold Star families that he would be there and they take photos with him. So all these lies, I'm so sick of all these damn lies. Y'all try to catch Trump in a lie, but Trump's not lying. Y'all have to make up all these false accusations.
Well, what's crazy is they do have the 2020 Biden campaign. Biden was walking through the same cemetery in a photo op.
Was he? And I bet it wasn't
Yes.
approved one. I bet it wasn't approved. Anyways, that's it for today. Oh, and not to mention, not to mention Kamala's big supporter, President Vladimir Putin. Boo her ass on that shit, man.
Boo.
Yeah.
Boo.
That's
our paid studio audience.
Exactly. This is JTech Studios. Please hit the like, the subscribe button, ring the bell, and leave us a comment below. We love you and we're out. Peace.
Peace.